What is up, fishing friends? Sean the Average Angler here. And today we are kind of following along in our little series. We started out with a Texas rig, then moved into the spinnerbait. And the next one we're going to do is Squarebills. I've got a small assortment of Squarebills here, mostly to kind of keep it simple. So the Squarebill is something that we can still throw on that same medium heavy rod. This is kind of getting to the line of not necessarily the best action rod for the bait. However, if you're a beginner and new to bass fishing or on a tight budget and going out and buying a whole nother setup may just not be in the cards right now, you can throw something like this Lucky Craft LC 2.5. Okay, these can be had at Bass Pro Shops. They can be had at just about anywhere. They're pretty reasonable. I don't want to speak out of turn, but last time I bought them, and I bought a lot of them, they were about $7. I think they were $6.99 at Bass Pro Shops. Another one would be the Biggie. This is a River to Sea Squarebill. The tactical guy is really high on this one. They like this one a lot. I see the price tag back here marked $9.99. Not sure where I got it. Not sure if that's an accurate price or not. All of these have hooks that you can fish right out of the pack. The Lucky Craft, I'll fish them out of the pack, but when it comes to tournament time, I'm upgrading the hooks. The Biggie, same thing, okay? Can be fished out of the pack on tournament day. I'm upgrading the hooks. This is a 6 Sense 50X, so it's also more equivalent to say like a 1.5. This bait has good hooks on it. They're EWGs. Don't know if it says. Premium black nickel hooks. Okay. Anyway, they are an EWG. Okay. That's what I like to fish on my Squarebills. Again, this is more of a 1.5, a medium heavy, probably a little overpowering for the 1.5 size. These two, however, would be fine. Now, my advice if you're fishing them on that type of rod is to fish regular monofilament. The reason being is because the line will stretch some where the rod won't, where the rod's a little stiffer. Now, what do I throw these on? I throw these on a crankbait specific rod. It's a 7-foot Powell 705 CB. I don't think they make it anymore. I know they don't make the model I have, but they may have a replacement model. Take a look in the description. I'll list everything down there. I'll list a bunch of Squarebills. You don't have to get a bunch of Squarebills, folks. That's the great thing. I would recommend a shad pattern and a craw pattern. And if you fish ponds and stuff, perhaps a bluegill pattern, okay? Otherwise, just keep it to shad and craw. I'll list a decent assortment down there, you know, in the description. The line again, I'll list some rods. I try and list rods from a price range of $100 to $200. If you get over that $200 mark, I really don't think you're going to go bad. Just pay attention to the actions. Because of where I fish, the California Delta, Clear Lake, I generally am fishing a 5-power rod. The only time that'll differ is when I go to the smaller crankbaits, and then I'll drop down to a 3-power, okay? Now there is a crossover here. If you get something like a jerkbait rod, you can cross that over and throw these smaller Squarebills on it. And depending on the jerkbait rod, you might be able to throw these bigger ones on it. The reason I really like the bigger ones, folks, is because in the bodies of water I fish, I'm going to say that a 3 to 4 pounder is average. Okay, so it's not unusual to catch a 6, 7, 8 or bigger. So I try to be geared up for that. Okay, where are we going to throw these? Well, pretty similar to that of where you want to throw a spinnerbait. My selection would change in the aspect of if it's a slicked off day, no wind, water's flat, calm, probably going to do a little bit better with a Squarebill. Not always. Sometimes fish like to show us that we don't know shit. But for the most part, that would be kind of my rule of thumb. Throw them around docks, weed edges, wood. They will snag wood. But you throw them around wood. Edges, think edges. Edges are great places to throw a Squarebill. If there's a shad spawn going on, that's a great time to throw a shad colored Squarebill like this one, okay? I really like the Lucky Craft because the weight, it's 5/8 of an ounce. It casts really, really well. What's the weight of this one? Why are they going to make it so small? That's 5/8 also, okay? That's a 3/8. So shad spawns can be really, really fun, especially when they get the bait pushed up on the bank and you just sit back and catch fish after fish after fish. Fun times. Again, I throw a 15-pound. If I'm throwing on my 705 crankbait rod, I'm probably throwing 16-pound Sunline FC Sniper. If I had to throw it on a jig and worm rod, that medium heavy, then I would switch to 15-pound big game, just so you get some stretch. Helps allow the fish to suck the bait in. Yeah, the Squarebill's good way to cover water again. Good way to elicit strikes. Bump them into things, bump them into dock pilings, rip them out of weeds, those kinds of things. It's a great way to catch fish. And again, you don't have to spend a ton of money. Okay, check out the link in the description. We'll list some Squarebills down there. Sorry, I'm not totally up to date on all the prices because I haven't had to buy those Lucky Crafts for a long time. Because last time I bought them, when they first came out, I cleared the pegs at Bass Pro Shops. Because prior to that model coming out, Lucky Craft was pretty much $15-16 a piece, and I thought it was a pricing mistake. So I bought every one of them. I know. Yeah. All right. Thanks for watching, folks. Like, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Have a good day.